My partner said, we catching flights, we ain't catching feelings. It's your boy Bo Rakes. Shout out to Paradise Life. Gang, gang. I'm out here living it, man. Paradise Life in the flesh.
People like, yo, Greg, how you always talking about winning and focusing on yourself? Well, guess what? I win because I focus on me. What's good, friends and family? Mr. Flip Flop here with another Love and Flip Flop edition. It's been a while, but I'm back with another story. Now, some people may know this story and maybe break some memories. If you don't, stay tuned. It's a really dope story, The Lord of the Rings. It's a true story and a funny and not so funny story. But first, I need you guys to hit that like button, share the video, subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed, hit that little notification bell, and rock out with Mr. Flip Flop. What's up, guys? So first, to start the Lord of the Rings story, we have to start with the main character. Let's call him Brad. So, Brad is a lonely guy back in America, works a 9 to 5, makes good money. Never traveled before, but started traveling in the early 2000s. Went to Punta Cana, then he found Sosua, Dominican Republic. So, Brad in his travels came to Sosua, and like happens to most men, Brad fell in love. Now, not any type of love, but that square love, that just I'm so in love because it's the most beautiful woman I've never seen before, I never had before. So this particular woman, let's call her Isabelle. Brad meets Isabelle and is immediately blown away, spent this whole trip with Isabelle, wined and dined, did everything. Brad goes back to the States and Brad's sick. Brad gets to the airport, Brad is sick. Brad is like, how can I keep Isabelle to myself? How can I keep this beautiful woman to myself? Well, Brad never had a beautiful woman, so Brad doesn't know how to act. So Brad decides, he texts her every day, calls her every day, FaceTimes her every day. He's like, I'm coming back in 2 weeks. I got to see you again. I miss you. Isabelle's like, okay, whatever. Brad comes back. Like I said, Brad's in love. So Brad spends every moment in Dominican Republic with Isabelle. Goes and meets the family, does the whole blase blah, the whole routine. Family shows him love. He's excited. He's like, I'm one of the family now. This is the woman I want to spend my life with. You got to understand something, guys. If you never had a woman before, when you finally do get one, you don't know how to act. No disrespect to some of you guys. I'm sure some of you were saying, yeah, I didn't know how to act either. Well, it happens. So Brad never had any women. So Brad has Isabelle. Brad's going a little crazy. Well, Brad leaves again and consistently calls every day, FaceTimes every day. Hey, baby, I miss you. He don't even know how to say te amo. He goes, te lamo. But he's trying his best. Brad's in love. Well, Brad calls the moms and says, listen, in his Spanglish, I want to marry your daughter. Now, mind you, it's only been about 3 months now. But Brad's like, I want to marry your daughter. Don't tell her, but I'm going to call back later on FaceTime and propose to her. The mother's excited. The mother's like, okay, well, you seem like a nice guy, Brad. Like, okay, cool. Later on that night, Brad calls back on FaceTime. He loves to FaceTime, which is weird. And Brad proposes on FaceTime with the entire family there. So Isabelle, blown away, says yes. Like, okay, yeah, okay, if you want to marry me, cool. You took me out the game, no problem. Brad's excited. Brad flies down a couple weeks later, sees Isabelle, does the whole shebang again, gives her the ring again. Well, gives her the ring in person, excuse me. And Brad's like, I love you. I want to spend the rest of my life with you. Now, on that trip, Brad...
One, two.
On that trip where Brad gave the ring to Isabelle, Brad went and met one of his buddies he met at New Garden in Sosua real quick. So his buddy said, come on over, come see me, let's get some drinks. Brad's like, cool. Brad goes to Sosua. Now, while Brad is in Sosua, Brad meets another young lady by the name of Maria. She's so bad, so gorgeous, so beautiful. Life-changing beauty to Brad. Now, Brad had Isabelle, but Maria's just oh my goodness, breathtaking. So now Brad's in this dilemma. He's in love with Isabelle, but he has Maria. So Brad tells Maria, he spends a couple of days with Maria, tells Maria, I'm going to take you out the game. I want to be with you. Tell me what you need. I got you. So now Brad is on the hook for Isabelle and Maria. I believe he's sending somewhere $500 to $700 a month each. Brad got some money. I don't know nobody named Brad that don't got money. Like every Brad got money. Think about it. Anyway, so now Brad's like, how can I keep these two women to myself and hope that they're only going to be with me? So Brad, being Brad, starts being chatty patty, telling the girls, hey, make sure you don't go to Sosua because the gringos don't want nothing from you. They don't care about you. They are nothing, da-da-da-da-da. Brad's a chatty patty, pillow talking type of dude. You know, the gossiping type. So Brad's telling this to Maria, telling this to Isabelle. They're kind of like, whatever. But Brad's sending the paper, so it is what it is. Brad decides, I'm going to propose to Maria. Brad comes back to Sosua, proposes to Maria, never questions why Maria still in Sosua, proposes to Maria. Now he has two women he's proposed to. Now, on the trip that Brad proposes to Maria, what Brad failed to realize is he has an addiction to Sosua now. He's addicted to the lights, the action, the having beautiful women at his disposal every 5 minutes. Except he really don't want the women, he just wants the attention. Because Brad already has Isabelle and Maria. So now Brad is back in Sosua after proposing to his second woman and giving her a ring. At this point, you got to know what happens in the story, right? You got to know.
To this day,
less than 48 hours after Brad gave Maria her ring, and she said yes, Brad now meets Elizabeth. Elizabeth now is the baddest chick he's ever seen. So beautiful. Her beauty is breathtaking. Well, now Brad is stuck. Brad just proposed to Maria, proposed to Isabelle a few weeks prior, but he really wants Elizabeth. So Brad's like, Elizabeth, what do I got to do to keep you out of these Sosua streets and just be with me? So Elizabeth's like, listen, what we have is cool, but I got things to do. So Brad keeps his plan going, does the chatty patty, convinces the girls that he's the greatest gringo in the world and he would never do them wrong, and it's all about him because the other guys don't care about them. Brad's a chatty patty. Brad's a sucker, basically. So Brad leaves, comes back. He has to make his first stop, Isabelle, then his second stop, Maria. Then when he sees Elizabeth again, he proposes to Elizabeth. So he gives Elizabeth a ring. Elizabeth is very hesitant. She's not dumb. She's real smart. She's seen a lot of games that gringos play. So she's kind of like, I don't know about this. Brad's like, listen, I love you. It's love at first sight. I'm telling you, I want you. Elizabeth's like, you know what? I'll take the ring, but you got to show me you're going to be with me. I don't trust it, but okay. So now, Brad has 3 women with rings on. Get why the title is Lord of the Rings? So Brad says to himself, I chatty patty. I've convinced these girls that I'm the best American for them, that all these other guys only want one thing. I convinced them that I want to be with them. But what can I do to keep them? What can I do to ensure they never leave me? So Brad comes up with this plan. Brad tells all 3 girls, if you love me, tattoo my name on you. We're going to get married, right? That Drake. Tattoo my name, show me it's real. This is before the song even came out. Well, the girls are hesitant. Isabel's like, let's go. Because now Isabel's starting to really care about Brad. She's starting to believe him. Maria's like, I don't know, but all right, I'll do it. Elizabeth's like, hell no, I'm not doing it. Well, Brad said, I'll give you $500 right now. Let's go get the tattoo. So Elizabeth looks at the $500. She's like, really? He's really going this hard to get me to tattoo his name on me? Does he really care about me? So now all 3 in the span of 4 days get a tattoo on their left side. So Brad has 3 women, 3 rings, 3 tattoos. I want to see if you can guess the next part of the story. Shout to Brad. He's probably mad I'm telling this story. But anyway. So now, 3 tattoos, 4 days. 3 rings, less than a year and a half. Brad's uber confident now. Sosua will build your confidence up. He knows these women care about him. He cares about these women. He's actually in love with all 3. Well, now I said 3 tattoos in 4 days. In between one of those days, Brad's addiction kicks back in. Maybe you know where I'm going with this. Brad steps into Sosua as he always does because he loves the attention. He needs it. He feeds off it. No women paid Brad any mind in America. No one talked to him. So in Sosua, they all talk to him. They all want him. So he feels his confidence is rising and rising. He's feeling good. And he's also on the hook for $700 a month each chick. But Brad's got some bread. Like I said, I don't know a single Brad that's broke. Maybe you do, I don't. Anyway, now Brad's in one of the clubs. He meets Yennefer, not Jennifer, Yennefer, all right? And now Yennefer's, he's always seen Yennefer, but he's never really looked at her like that. But he's always seen out of the corner of his eye. But now his curiosity took him over and he just has to talk to Yennefer. And Yennefer has a lisp, she's beautiful. And he's like, man, you are the greatest thing that's ever happened to me. Well, at that moment, Isabelle starts to feel something. She starts to realize Brad is different. He doesn't call every day. He doesn't FaceTime every day like he used to. The money's getting shorter. It went from 7 to 5 to 4 to 3. She's like, you know, what's going on? There's always excuses. He doesn't answer his phone. He's always disappearing when he's in the country. Well, Isabelle's peeping stuff, but her friends say, oh, don't worry about it, come on. So her friends take her out to a party, but it happens to be a party thrown by Americans. One of Brad's friends was there and saw her and goes, I know you. You're Brad's wife. So she's like, okay, what's up? Does Brad know you here at this party? She's like, I'm just chilling with my friends. So everybody goes, what are you talking about? So she's hiding her side. She won't let nobody see her side. So homie grabs it and looks, and sure enough, it's Brad forever with a heart. Wow. So anyway, Isabelle's embarrassed, but she doesn't want Brad to find out, so she skates off. That's not really what happened, but I can't tell what really happened. Anyway, now with Yennefer, Brad has put all his time into talking to Isabelle and Maria and Elizabeth, but now he's focused on Yennefer and Elizabeth. He's focused on getting Yennefer and keeping Elizabeth. He's kind of done with his old toys, if you may. Well, what ends up happening is, all this is going through Facebook. This is before, it's kind of like WhatsApp had just started. So all this is going on through Facebook. What ends up happening is, Maria is mad because Brad won't answer her calls. So she goes on his Facebook in a picture and says, hey, my love, where you at? I miss you. Well, all the other women are on his Facebook as well. So Yennefer goes, why do you miss my fiance? How can you miss my fiance? Well, let's take a time out. Are you subscribed to the channel? Did you hit the like button? We got a hold with the climax. So I just know you hit that like button. I know you did. Anyway, so now under the Facebook comment, Yennefer is saying, well, why do you miss my fiance? My love, what are you saying? Now, Brad's working, so he doesn't see all of this. He's not getting notifications. He's busy at work. Well, Elizabeth chimes in and goes, Brad's my man. Post a picture of her ring. Isabelle gets a message from a friend like, hey, you might want to go on Brad's Facebook. This thing's going on over there. You need to see. Isabelle jumps in and goes, wait a minute. I got a ring from Brad. Maria chimes back in, says, I got a ring from Brad. Yennefer chimes back in and says, I don't know who bought y'all rings, but Brad got my ring. So then Oprah chimes in. You get a ring, and you get a ring, and you get a ring, and you get a ring. Now, at the end of the day, I told you about 4. It ended up being 6, but those other 2 were too boring to tell the story. So, Greg, what happened with Brad? I'm glad you asked. Brad, being the chatty patty he was, couldn't keep his mouth shut about his exploits and how he was taking advantage of these women. Even though he was sending them a lot of money, he was sending them money. Let's not forget that. He was definitely sending money. He was still taking advantage of them, making them think that he was going to take care of the rest of their lives. Well, as I told you before, Sosua builds confidence. Brad's confidence was through the roof. Brad actually met a nice young lady back in the States. Did what Brad does, proposed to her after a couple of months, but this time Brad actually got married. Got married, put his passport to the side, never came back to the Dominican Republic, changed his number, turned his Facebook off, and left all 6 women with rings to fend for themselves. So that's the story of Brad. So if you wonder why some Dominicans will say, all Americans lie, gringos be lying, and then some Americans say, well, Dominicans be lying. Well, it kind of goes both ways, don't it? So that's the story of the Lord of the Rings. Don't be Brad. Just don't do it.
Paradise Life Halloween Weekend 2022 in Chill, Sosua in the Dominican Republic. Started off with the Battle of the Boats boat party on Friday, October 28th. Then the Villa Mansion party on Saturday, followed by the blowout party on the river on Sunday. Your check liver light will begin to flicker at some point. VIP packages available. Reserve your spot today and contact Mr. Flip Flop at 849-285-1429. Paradise Life. Catch flights, not feelings. Check it out at paradiselife360.com.